Dr. Ranganathan.
Good evening, Anand, and good evening to my fellow panelists. I am just stunned and shocked by the abject ignorance and arrogance of the erudite communist supporter, Mr. Balan. But then I should be surprised.
Be careful with the language.
So he didn't interrupt you. Please, let's not speak over each other.
No. Let him
Please don't be rattled. I have just begun.
Okay.
Fun is just starting, Mr. Balan. Please have some patience. He is the one who's just branded Ambani and Adani as corrupt. Will he also say Pinarayi Vijayan is corrupt because Pinarayi Vijayan has undergone PPP, private partnership with Adani to build a 10,000 crore rupees port in Kerala?
The Viഴിഞ്ഞം port, yeah.
Are you not ashamed of partnering with a corrupt man? Balan, what happened? Have you zipped your lips now? Or are you going to say Vijayan is also corrupt? Number two, he talks about constitutional right to be given to women to enter sanctum sanctorum. Where does all that constitutional right go when you ask for Catholic women asked to be ordained as priests? तब क्या चार नींबू निचोड़ के दूध फट जाता है? Where does all that constitutional right go when Muslim women in Kerala demand to be allowed in the sanctum sanctorum of a mosque? What happens then, Mr. Balan? But then it's not Balan's fault because he is a born hypocrite being a communist. The fault is of people like the BJP sympathizer and the spokesperson out there. Because whom do you blame? I apply the Anderson razor. I don't blame Warren Anderson. It was his job to escape. I blame Rajiv Gandhi who allowed him to escape. Now will the BJP spokesperson say it is absolutely wrong for the state to control Hindu places of worship because that is the fountainhead of corruption. So no state government or central government should control Hindu temple. But then I would ask her, why is it that under the BJP government, more temples are being controlled than were being controlled under the Congress? This is basically because Hindus are easy to dupe and abuse. You know why? Because we don't behead transgressors. And the irony is, India has been branded a fascist Hindu Rashtra. I want to ask you, Anand, what sort of a Hindu Rashtra is this? That those who want to eradicate Sanatan Dharma are controlling the temples of Sanatan Dharma. There is corruption in running mosques and churches as well, like in Coimbatore and Jabalpur churches, Believers, Eastern Church Kerala, Methodist Church Fatehganj, but only Hindu temples are taken over by the government on pretext of corruption. Why, I ask you, are the communists in Kerala, for whom religion is the opium of the masses, controlling 3,058 Hindu temples? Why is a Muslim appointed on Tarkeshwar board, a Christian on Tirupati board? Governments of just 10 states control more than 110,000 temples. Tamil Nadu government alone controls 36,425 temples. Why? What business is it of the state to levy an administrative charge between 5 to 21% on temples in the name of audit? What business is it of the state to dictate how many times a puja is to be conducted, who is to conduct it, who is qualified to be the priest? What business is it of the state to control tens of thousands of acres of temple land and then set rent for it? The loss to temples on account of this alone is estimated over decades to be in lakhs of crores. That is why I say, stop blaming the communists because it is their job to loot the temples. You are allowing them to loot the temples. So who is to blame? You or the communists?
Well, we're trying, it's neither. It's
One
about,
second, please allow me 1 second.
It's about the fact that those who claim to be secular, not acting in a secular manner. Point is, if you take one religious institution under state control, then all religious institutions must be under state control.
Yes.
Or no religious institution must be under state control, except for
Shall I
absolutely
answer?
necessary.
Shall I answer?